Also making news, the Attorney General is tonight weighing in on the debate over whether the National Sexual Offenders Registry should be made available to the public. The issue thrown in the public fore amid growing concerns more needs to be done to protect against repeat offenders. For those who may be in favor of the registry being public, Corval Pyfrom reports the Attorney General's stance does little to satisfy them.
Attorney General Senator the Honorable Wayne Monroe KC seems to hold the same view about making public the National Sex Offenders Register as Crisis Center founder Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson and others who have gone on record to state their opposition to calls for such a move.
They want it for on an island 21/7. They would like to know where they live. The example I keep giving is Kofi Goodman lived in Cable Beach. He abducted Marco Archer from Bain and Grantstown. What value of it would have been for Marco Archer's parents in Bain and Grantstown to know that there was a sexual offender living in Cable Beach?
The Sex Offenders Register is an internal law enforcement database managed jointly by the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. It is not open to the general public, unlike in larger jurisdictions, mainly out of concerns that it could, as Dean Patterson suggests, fuel vigilantism. That argument hasn't sat well with the public, but talking to reporters on the sidelines of an event at BDOC's Wednesday, AG Monroe seemed to double down on that position.
And the one thing that people overlook that Dr. Patterson is quite clear about, the first time you have a retaliation, then no judge will put anyone on the register. So I ask again, what is the purpose for getting the information?
A spike in the number of cases of sexual violence against women and children, and most recently, an elderly woman, have reignited the public's furor and calls for tougher measures to ward off these kinds of assaults. While the creation of a national registry for tracking, monitoring, and compliance of offenders has widely been welcomed, some still think by keeping the information from the public, it just doesn't go far enough to protect potential victims. Mr. Monroe disagrees, while arguing the law goes far enough.
There's a very high penalty now for sexual offenses. The persons who determine what sentence is awarded is the judge. If the prosecution feels that it's too lenient, they can appeal it to the Court of Appeal all the way to Privy Council. If the person sentenced feels it's too harsh, they can appeal it to the Court of Appeal and the Privy Council.
No politician or legislature, Monroe maintains, can determine what sentence an offender gets. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.